So won't you please begrudgingly welcome Austin Frields. The other night, I had a dream I was getting a hand job, and I woke up jerking myself off. Which just goes to show only you can make your dreams come true. Hey, that fat lesbian said it was going to be great, so. I'm sorry, pregnant, my bad. I work in the service industry. I'm sure most of us do in this room. Because I decided to move to the big city to follow my passions, right? And people always tell me, they're like, oh, Austin, you can't put a price on your passion. And it's like, yeah, you can. It's like $10.50 an hour, according to the federal government. And the thing about service industry is you lose all faith in humanity. You realize how many lost souls there are out there. It's really disparaging. And here's the thing, is like, I work at a place where you can call and order delivery. I don't know that I can tell you the name for legal reasons, but let's just say it rhymes with Timmy Tom's. And I have to put up with those bullshit phone calls all the time. Like the other day, this lady called us and bitched us out because we forgot the straw to her beverage. That's not, I can't make that up. She's like, excuse me, how do y'all expect me to drink my beverage? I'm like, I don't know, out of the cup that it came in? Like, you didn't order a Capri Sun, lady. You're not completely fucked. And the thing is, it's like, I get if you're going to be an asshole to a server, like to their face, but if you're going to call up and order delivery and be an asshole, just like heads up. You have to give me just enough information to ruin your life, right? Like, that's a ballsy move. It's like, wow, the ball's in my court, sunshine, because you got to give me your credit card number and your home address. That same lady told me a retarded monkey could do my job. Fine, he probably could. Do you know what a retarded monkey couldn't do? Commit credit card fraud? Or arson? I don't know, maybe he'll figure it out. I'm just saying, oh fuck me, I might burn down your house. I'm not a big drinker, I really cut back on the drinking. It's because I lived here for so long and I saw it happening all the time. At some point it's like, why is this fun, right? Like, we've all seen the Tuesday night where somebody's hauling a pale gray body out of a bar, and it's, and they're just blasting their buddy that they can barely keep alive. They're still busting his balls. They're like, well, look, Donnie can't handle his alcohol. It's like, no, Donnie can't handle his feelings. That's why you gotta load his limp body into the back of a PT Cruiser like some kind of Vietnam casualty. It's like, this medical emergency doesn't sound like a good time. And they talk about it a lot. They talk about Indian underage drinking, right? Like, what are we going to do about underage drinking? Everybody drinks. We've all drank. It's just our history, right? Like, humans had 10,000 years to figure out fresh water, and we just got tanked instead, from the beginning. Right? It's like, it's in us, But I think we can stop enabling it, right? Like, the other day I was in the liquor store, and I came across cotton candy flavored vodka. There's a thought. Maybe you don't make cotton candy flavored vodka. We shouldn't be selling fists of Halloween candy for kids to get fucked up on. I feel like if you're gonna drink, alcohol should taste like a bad idea, right? Like, if there was a commercial for cotton candy flavored vodka, it would literally start with the phrase, hey kids, you want a grown-up drink without the icky taste? That should taste like a bad idea, right? Like, every time I've done a shot of tequila, I just get whisked away to the shittiest beach imaginable, right? Just one of those places where there's glass in the sand and the ocean spray is just hot piss whipping in the face. And it's surrounded by razor wire and La Policia, because this beach is deep in cartel country. This was a bad idea. I feel like scotch is another one of those, I don't get scotch. If sad had a flavor, it'd be scotch. I went to a whiskey bar one time, we were tasting little flights of whiskey, and the guy, the Scotch Sherpa, I don't know, there's a term. He was explaining the flavor profile to us, right? And he's like, this shit tastes like turpentine. He's describing it, and we do our little thing, and he's like, oh, this has a very burnt, smoky aroma. And I just feel like if you're gonna drink something, you shouldn't be trying to investigate an electrical fire. It's like, oh, it's very robust. It's got tones of someone's house burnt down on Christmas Eve, with subtle hints of they're all fine, they just lost their shit and the dog is missing. What an exquisite taste. I'm not a big party boy. I'm not into it. I'm more of a nerd, right? God, that's so brave of me to say that. Right? Because that's the culture. I feel like it's cool to be a nerd now, right? But it's not as inclusive as you think it is, okay? Like, it's cool to be a certain kind of nerd, right? Like, it's cool to go to your Comic-Cons and bitch about Star Wars or jailbreak an iPhone, right? But I like the histories, man, and I gotta tell you what, as soon as you tell somebody you're the Nazis and model airplanes, they start to distance themselves a little bit. Pretty sure my YouTube's been flagged by the FBI at this point, like... I get it, you shouldn't tell people you have a hobby like building model airplanes. I get it. Everybody knows, like, in the dating world, a hobby is a red flag. That's just an emotional life preserver, right? Whatever keeps your head above water that day. Just a little consistency in my life. Here's the thing about model airplanes, though, guys. They can't walk out on you, okay? You have to glue those bitches down. They stay right where you put them. I told that joke, and some smartass in the crowd was like, oh, but can they fly out? And I was like, no, they can't, because I don't build those kind, okay? It's not even the ones I do. I like that. I found this board game called Axis and Allies. I don't know if you guys know. It's pretty much Candyland for world domination, like... And it's a hard sell, you know, because it's like, hey, let's play World War II for fun, right? And that game's a hard sell to your friends. I would love to play it, but then I realized, like, what you're getting involved. You play all the sides. They're all available. And you got to call up your friends and be like, hey, you guys want to come over and correct Hitler's mistakes? Really outflank the Ruskies this time? You know, I think that's what really irritates me about Hitler, besides the huge. Who blows a lead like that? Like, seriously. The guy left 10 countries in the dust before anybody ever touched him. Germany, a country the size of Wisconsin, brought the world to its knees. And you couldn't lock it down, Hitler? Like, really? What are you doing? I watch World War II in color like your dad watches NFL films. Like, you know he's seen the same game. Why is he screaming at it again? But I'm just like, run the ball, Hitler! You've got the best ground game in the league. What are you doing? Hitler and the Nazis are like the Buffalo Bills of the 90s, right? Like, they came onto the scene and everybody's like, oh, this has got dynasty written all over it. And then it's just the most disappointing 4 years ever. Think about it. They had the best offensive coordinator, solid uniforms, just a great fan base, like, stayed till the end. Even when they were getting blown out, they stuck around, you know? Oh, you guys aren't into firebombing, so okay. No, but like when you're like a nerd about something, you got to know when to reel it in. Like, you can know too much about your thing, like you can be a real prick about it, right? Like, I know too many things that people don't need to, like, opinions they don't need to know. Like, the other day I realized I wasn't into the Holocaust because it's too mainstream, right? Like, you just can't be hanging out with some of your normie friends and genocide comes up and they're like, oh man, you mean like the Holocaust? And you gotta be like, whoa dude, we get it. You've heard the Beatles, you know? Like, you don't get to be a hipster about human atrocity. That's my point. It's just not like, okay man, there was some really great independent stuff that come out of Africa in the 90s and you're still obsessed with the White Album? All right. I never get to do that. I never get to talk about all my horrible facts about humanity. Do you know how many parties go belly up because of me? So I'm just lurking in the peripheries, laughing at conversations I'm not involved in, waiting to pounce on that one historical topic that's never coming up. You guys say Pol Pot? You said said smoke pot. All right, well, when you kids get back from being cool, I got some grim tales for you. Thanks, guys. I'm Austin Frields.